This is Keerti Nair, and my project is What Do I Want for Dinner? It uses access to food and culinary therapy as tools to alleviate social isolation in the elderly across the design continuum. Over the past decade, there has been an increase in the percentage of elderly residents, people 65 and above, who are living alone. There has also been an increase in the percentage of elderly who are food insecure. Food insecurity refers to the financial capability of a household to access food. The likelihood of living alone increases sharply after the age of 65. As you can see in the purple and the yellow, over 55% of people over the age of 80 end up living alone. A growing number of adults also live in less dense areas, which is significant because lower density areas are more difficult to service. What does one do when one's relationship with food was or is contingent on the companionship of a partner? It's simple things like, what do you want for dinner? Things that otherwise would have been a conversation between two partners. Eating alone is also a major part of dealing with losing a loved one as it affects nutrition and mental health. 1 out of 2 older adults are at risk of malnutrition. Malnutrition in the elderly could also lead to a host of other issues. Culinary therapy is a therapeutic technique that uses cooking and an individual's personal, cultural, and familial relationship with food to address emotional and psychological problems. Seniors who cook up to 5 times a week are more likely to survive 10 more years. It's also the sensory awareness of food, the taste, touch, smell, sound, and sight of it. Cooking helps dealing with grief and loneliness in a multitude of ways. The project proposes design solutions for the various issues that affect the elderly when it comes to food. Creating proposals at every scale of the design continuum addresses each of the issues that affect the food continuum. In particular, using information as the tool to address intergenerational interaction through access to food and nutrition. At an urban scale, this could take place in the form of locating senior living facilities near community food forests or urban farms, thus encouraging intergenerational interaction with a direct association to the production of food. In rural or suburban conditions, this takes place in the form of accessory dwelling units or carriage houses meant for the elderly. The kitchen and garden could become shared spaces that offer opportunities for intergenerational interactions. At the interior scale, retrofitting kitchens to be more safe and accessible for the elderly with mobility issues becomes vital. Access to tools that can physically help seniors with cooking and eating could make the process more enjoyable. Finally, the project proposes an app. An app encourages interactions in times like the COVID lockdown and also ensures widespread accessibility. The idea would be to connect people in a neighborhood to offer a variety of options to improve a person's relationship with food. It begins with reminding a user when mealtime is approaching. It offers recipes, which takes the pressure of decision making out of the way and encourages people who are grieving to cook for themselves. If the user needs groceries, they may place an online order with the store and choose a neighbor or a friend who's available to deliver them. It also offers companionship by way of finding people nearby who are up to eat lunch together. The user can make small talk or just eat in silence in the company of others. It also creates a platform to share food knowledge from one generation or even one culture to another, all amongst neighbors. While the project addresses this issue at a multitude of scales, the focus is on designing an app that helps seniors relate food with social connections. This would help alleviate loneliness and create positive associations with food, thus improving nutrition in the elderly. Thank you.